Fani Willis gets another scalp as Jenna Ellis, Trump's old lawyer, takes the plea deal, admits guilt. We'll show her testimony. I'll try and unpack it as best I can on the commentary. I don't see this as an end-all be-all, although I do think this is the fourth one to flip. And this one is actually the most significant because she actually had the most contact with Trump. This one's a big deal. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug. This is where all the happy people are. I will quote both Jenna Ellis and we'll get into a Trump statement.
As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously, and I endeavor to be a person of sound moral and ethical character in all of my dealings.
This is the first part of the Jenna Ellis plea. I have followed Jenna on Twitter for like 3 years, so she is a woman of integrity, but this still does sound like a hostage confession under coercion. That's what all of these plea deals end up being.
Powell wasn't your attorney. Are you concerned that you won't be covered by attorney-client privilege?
No, not at all. We did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong. This is all Biden. Indictments and impeachments. This is all about Biden. He can't do anything right.
This is a debate right now between Trump and people like Jenna Ellis. There are reasonable conservative Republicans that think our elections are completely safe. Not one single false vote has ever been cast in the history of our country. Those are the two oppositions. You're allowed to think that. To me, the question is, can Trump still believe, like many Democrats, like Hillary Clinton, can he still believe that an election can be influenced, say, by Russia? Is he allowed to think that? Because a whole lot of Democrats were shouting it. They don't get thrown off.
This is all Biden stuff. All of these indictments that you see. I was never indicted. Practically never heard the word. It wasn't a word that registered. And this was all done. This is dirty politics. This is third world country. This is banana republic, they call it. This has only never happened here. Never happened here. Why? Because I protest an election, you get indicted? It's ridiculous. You look at the document case. I'm covered by the Presidential Records Act. Biden isn't. And now it's turning out that Biden's got a real problem with those documents, a real problem. We did nothing wrong. He did.
What Trump points out on what's ridiculous about this is not that he was indicted, okay? It's the timing. Because Trump had those documents in Mar-a-Lago and the White House knew it before he announced he ran for office. He believed in overturning the election before he ran for office, and Fani Willis did nothing. Judge Chutkin and Jack Smith did nothing. Remember, they did nothing on the rape allegations in those lawsuits. Alvin Bragg, what he's bringing against him on payouts for quieting Stormy Daniels. They did nothing until Trump decided to run for office. And the more traction he gets, the more stuff they throw against him. That's what I find suspicious. By the way, you can't argue with the facts. That's not an opinion. That they, in fact, launched these lawsuits against him after he announced. Okay, that's not a matter of opinion. It doesn't prove motive, but that is a fact.
Because I protested an election, and I'm, by the way, 100% right about that. In fact, we're going to be releasing some numbers next week that will make your head spin.
Now, likewise, I'm not going to comment on that. I'll only say if Trump is claiming he's going to release the numbers next week, why wouldn't he release this back in 2020? And I've gotten in trouble on this channel for being too sympathetic with Trump on the election issue. I'll only say I would love to hear his numbers, but Jenna Ellis would know. And here's the rest of Jenna Ellis's confession, largely saying that there were she did not find the hard facts. I don't say, well, Trump's a liar and Jenna's a liar and whatever. Fine, everyone's a liar. If that's the definition of a liar, someone who disagrees with you, there you go. I might disagree with both Trump and Jenna Ellis. I'm just trying to unpack what they say and find out what they know, because I want the truth.
In the wake of the 2020 presidential election, I believed that challenging the results on behalf of President Trump should be pursued in a just and legal way. I endeavored to represent my client to the best of my ability. I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information especially since my role involved speaking to the media and to legislators in various states. What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges. I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse.
Maybe I'm a sucker for blonde female tears, but I believe her statement. I really do think Jenna Ellis is a person of generally of integrity. I don't think she'd be saying this if she didn't believe it. This is not directly trouble with Trump. I don't think she did this with malice. The evidence that gets Trump in trouble is not what Jenna Ellis believes, okay? Because many people believe this stuff that Jenna Ellis believed back in 2020. What really gets him in trouble is if he ever said anything sideways in an email, and if she's turned documents over to the Fani Willis that goes against him, then he's in trouble. Trump and his allies and these rich people did not pay those 18 defendants legal fees, which I think they should have gone in and done it just to buy it. Because now they go, I have to flip just to survive.
But think of that. You get indicted because you protested an election. You know how many people, Democrats, protested the election of 2016?
Forget 2016. I've seen Hillary already protest the 2024 results, next year's results. She's already went on TV on CNN and warned everyone that Trump was undermining democracy and could be working with Russia. I mean, this is the Russia stuff all over again. They still believe it. Okay, I'm just going to let Trump speak.
A lot of people, a lot more people than you even have in this room. Everybody in Congress, all the Democrats protested, and they don't get indicted and they don't get put in jail. These people are dirty players, and they go after their political opponents. Never happened before, and it's a two-way street. You know, that's a two-way street. Now it can happen the other way also, and that's a sad moment for our country. Thank you all very much.
Well, and that's our happy ending, is that goes two ways now. What they did to Trump, he's threatening, saying, I'm going to do this back to you. I'm going to use lawfare to go after my political opponents. He did, just remember when he does it, he didn't invent it. The Democrats did it and said, this is legal now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is going to be a really tough one. Huge debate on our side, but I'm still remain big fan of Jenna Ellis and a big fan of Trump. I think it's okay for Republicans to disagree on this issue. I'm Doug in Exile.